Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Matt. I'm back again with another video. Today we're going to be cutting up my brother-in-law. He had his hair growing for a while now, so he finally got the okay from his parents to cut his hair. He was just having his first day in high school, so honestly it was a big transformation. He just got to Vegas too, so this was a dope little thing. He usually waits for me to cut his hair. He was living in Cali and he couldn't find anyone that cut it the way he liked. So normally when I would cut his hair, the first time, like I said with my other brother, it took me 3 hours the first time. I had no idea what I was doing, but at this point in stage, I got this haircut done in like an hour. Even with scissor work and even with as long as it was, I eventually just started knocking it down all with level 8, and then I knocked it down to a level 6 lever open. But you can see here I'm parting it out, and I decided to do some scissor work. I pulled it up at a 90. I still think I should have took off more. I wouldn't have had to go with the grain with the guard if I would have took off more. A lot of his hair was dead. He plays a lot of sports, so he constantly has to wash it so his hair doesn't feel dirty and doesn't have that buildup. But unfortunately, when you do that, your hair also decides to split end and just become unhealthy. It just happens. You constantly need to trim it just to make sure your hair is healthy. So we did this. I did 90s all around, and then I pulled it horizontally, just a uniform haircut, all 90s, and I think it came out pretty good, but it wasn't laying the way we wanted to, so we just discussed a little bit. And then I just used an 8 guard with the grain. Eventually, I believe we went to a 6 guard, and you can just see a lot of scissor work here. I do think I need to work on scissor work at most, just learning the best shapes and just understanding. So right here, I'm just putting the initial bald lines in. This is how I start every haircut if they're going for a skin taper. If they're going for a light, it just depends. But on this haircut, we did a low skin taper. I thought the transformation was great. You could see a big chop. If you were able to see my floor, man, my floor was full of hair, bro. Full of hair. It looked like a dog by the time we were done. And then you see from here, I'm going from close to open. I usually use a 3 guard just to separate from the hair that I'm actually gonna blend. And then I'll use some texture shears just to knock out any harsh lines that I see. But from there, I'll put my bald line, and then I'll go open to close with the lever, and then I'll use a 3, and then I'll move to a 1.5, and then I'll move to a half guard. I also included the 1 guard in this video. It's been a while since I cut his hair. Normally I try to stick to 2 guards, but the 3 guard and then the 1 guard, I felt it was kind of necessary. His hair just wasn't blending the way I needed it to with just that 1.5 and a half guard. So I was just going the way his hair grows, the pattern, how you could see I'm moving diagonally. I'm moving all around the head with this one. And I've learned his hair. After 3 attempts, I feel like I pretty much understand how his hair is. I think a drop fade would also look nice on his hair, but this gentleman cut, it's pretty simple. It's easy. It's low maintenance. He doesn't have to do too much to it. He could slick it back, he could slick it forward, whichever way he wanted to move with it, he could. You could see at the end also, I don't naturally line up his hairline. His family is very traditional. They don't like super sharp hairlines and stuff. So what I did was I just gave him really sharp boxes. I used scissor work on the hairline just to give it that little divide and clean it up a little bit. But you can see, this is why I believe when you're coming with a blank canvas and someone hasn't gotten a haircut in a long time, it makes for the best transformation videos. Like, this is a great transformation video on my end. You could see I was having some problems with the lighting. It's really bright in my apartment. So right here, I'm just lining them up. And the FX3s are hitters, man. The FX3s are the best. I also gotta mention, I passed my state board, so I am licensed now. Congratulations to me, man. That was a year of my time. I'm about to enter barber school for my crossover license, because in order to cut in Nevada, you have to have the barber license in here in order to cut in a barber shop. So I'll be going from October to December. I think that's really exciting news, man. I'm just super excited that everything's working out the way I needed it to. I ended up passing my state board in like 50 minutes for the law and the theory. It wasn't that hard. People were just stressing it for no reason. Right here, you can see I'm just making them equal, symmetrical as much as I can without pushing anything higher or pushing anything further. Right there, I use some scissor work as well. The FX3s are my go-to. I personally use them for any time I'm trying to get something harsh lines that I'm trying to get out, or I'm trying to just make a really nice line. I use the FX3s. I balled out usually with my FX2s. And then right here, the Uno shaver. Shout out to my boy Gio, got me the Uno shavers. These are the clutchest shavers, and then I got the FX3s. But yeah, that's everything for now. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to State Board and me passing and just moving on and prosperity and all this good stuff that's happening, man. I'll catch you on the next one.